It's been almost a year since I've been diagnosed. It's gotten worse recently. I'm losing control of hands, so it's getting quite difficult to write. One day I wake up and I'm unable to move a certain part of my body. It's a bit horrifying having all your muscles, ligaments and tendons slowly turn into bone. Marcus has been taking care of me. I feel like I'm such a burden to him. On top of school, his part-time job, and taking care of me. He seems so busy. Mom's been working overtime almost every weekend just to help with our medical bills. I mean, we have insurance and we still have some money left over from our paintings, but it's still getting pretty tough to pay for everything. I can't walk anymore, so I'm pretty much confined to my bed most of the time. My favorite part of the day is when my father comes in to check on me. Hopefully, he'll never read this. This is embarrassing, but I feel like I'm holding him back. After Dad died, he just seemed so much more alive. I guess he got what he deserved, but is this my punishment too? Die trifft gar keine Schuld. Was für ein Raum ist das? Das Badezimmer, oder? Wahrscheinlich kommt sie jetzt zu uns. Ich hätte gerne noch einiges rausgefunden. Irgendwie habe ich das Gefühl, das ist bald zu Ende. Ja, okay, jetzt ist sie hier. Okay, nochmal lesen. Nächstes Dokument. Marcus Note 5. I can barely keep up with everything. I was accepted into the university that I really wanted to attend, but decided not to go through with it. If I did leave, no one would be here to take care of my sister. If I'm being honest, I wish I could leave. I want to move on and just forget about her, mom, dad, all of them. I've decided to attend this community college first and then transfer to university afterwards to save money. Also, I won't be in a ton of debt after I graduate, so that'll be nice. Last night I saw something a bit disturbing. As I made my way up to my room, the lift door was slightly ajar, and I could also hear this high-pitched scraping sound. It was my sister scraping her nails against the wall. I turned the lights on and there was blood covering her hand. She was running the tips of fingers across the wall, up to the point where her fingernails were now loosely attached to her finger. She seemed so out of touch with reality. I looked at her other hand and it was bent and at an awkward position, her wrist bending toward her body, while her fingers looked stiff. This thing in my house, I don't think it's my sister. My sister was a painter, a talented girl with immense potential. Her eyes gradually turned towards me. I felt them almost reaching out to me, pleading for comfort. I gave her none. Das alles nimmt keinen schönen Turn hier an. Das hat es schon von Anfang an nicht. Ich dachte aber, es wird besser. Ich dachte, es wird besser. Mom was leaving for about a week. She's going on a business trip, so she's leaving me in charge to take care of the house. And my sister. I check on her briefly about once or twice a day just to make sure she's still alive. I might forget to check throughout the week, though it's such a chore taking care of her. Why can't she just die already? Alter, Junge. Am I wrong for saying that? Because of her talent, her God-given gift to paint, it destroyed our family. Without it, everything would be normal in the end. Everybody gets what they deserve, and she's getting her. And right now, Dad received this. My mom is breaking her back. just to make ends meet. I wonder what my end will have in store. Who knows, maybe I'll get the worst ending of them all. I realize that my hatred for her is wrong and unjustified. It wasn't her fault, she was born with that skill. I feel guilty that I enjoy hearing and seeing her in pain. It's an immature reaction. For so long I wished for someone to feel my suffering. I would get the beatings almost every week with my mom just watching. It was almost entertaining, thinking of what I could tell people at school when they ask about the cuts and bruises. Now it's a little different, I guess. I'm in control and she's the helpless one. I don't really believe in a heaven or hell, but if one exists, I'll probably end up in the latter. Marcus. Ja, aber auch verdient dann. Verdient in der Hölle. Gibt's was Neues? Alles ist rot. Ich glaube, wir gehen Richtung Ende hinzu, ne? Also es wird langsam... Langsam sind wir am Ende. Lilith, Note 7. This will be the last letter I write. I can feel my right hand becoming immobile and stiff. Mom left a couple of days ago and it's been up to Marcus to take care of me, even though his visits have been getting shorter and less frequent over the last few months. I understand I'm just a burden to him and my mom. He hasn't checked up on me ever since she left. I've tried everything, knocking and banging my hand against the wall, screaming. I mean, that's all I can really do since I'm practically immobile. Sometimes I get my hopes up hearing him walk up the stairs. Just maybe he'll walk through the door and check on me. Did I deserve this for not standing up to my parents and letting all this happen? All of this, it's my fault. I'm sorry, Marcus. I promise I'll never be a burden to you ever again. Alter Schwede. Ich dachte, es wird... Ja, nee. Es wird immer schlimmer. Es wird nur schlimmer. God is dead? Und durch sein... Auch durch sein... Es ist jeder aus dieser Familie. Nur die am wenigsten dafür kann, schiebt sich komplett die Schuld zu. Das geht doch nicht. Marcus ist auch ein gewaltiges Arschloch. Warum ist hier zu? Okay, wir sollten auf jeden Fall noch eine Notiz bestimmt finden. Eine gibt es bestimmt noch, wenn man dem Layout Interesse schenken darf hier. Warum ist da noch Licht an? Warum ist es hier nicht rot? Okay, dauert noch ein bisschen. Mach ich mal die Fernseher aus. Wenn das noch geht. Den kriegen wir nicht aus. Habe ich eben schon mal versucht. Aber, ja. Irgendwas von Significance. Die Kerze. Jetzt gedacht, die können wir umwerfen oder so. Ich verstehe gerade nicht, was wir als nächstes machen sollen. Das macht keinen Sinn. Für mich gerade. Ich sehe sie halt auch nicht mehr. Ich weiß nicht, wo sie ist. Wie weit ist der Tipp? Okay, bald soweit. Zwölf Sekunden noch. Enter the art room, pick up the note, head downstairs, pick up the note at the bottom of the stairs. Art room. Gibt's noch eine Note? Haben wir nicht hier eben eine mitgenommen? Aber wir müssen nur das Radio ausmachen. Toll, dafür haben wir jetzt gewartet. Achso, egal. God is dead. We embrace our destiny. Documents. Marcus Note 7. Life is pretty quiet, to be honest, right now. Between school and work it's a bit stressful, but it's not as bad as before. Mom is set to come home in a few days. It was nice having the house to myself for about a week. I'll admit sometimes it gets eerily quiet. Sometimes I hear these soft knocks coming from the walls. Alter, das tut mir schon weh, wenn ich das lese.
According to the police report, both bodies were recovered, though the young woman was dead at the scene. After performing an autopsy, it was confirmed that the fire led to her death, but officials also found something strange. Her body was starving. What officials think occurred was during her final moments, as an act of desperation she lit a candle inside her room and started the fire herself. Her younger brother, Marcus Walker, might have neglected her to such a degree. She chose to end her life to ease her suffering. Emotions ranging from jealousy, hatred, enviousness, and frustration might have drove him to neglect her, despite her cries for help. Due to her rare disorder, she was extremely immobile and required help for the simplest activities. She required Marcus for everything. Marcus might have held animosity towards her, as for almost his whole life, everyone had paid their attention to her. Perhaps Marcus wanted her to feel isolated and alone, an emotion he was very familiar with. He wanted vengeance for a crime she didn't commit. Marcus's body was mostly unharmed, though he was not conscious at the scene. He was taken to a local hospital, where he currently resides. He is currently in a coma induced by smoke inhalation and has been unconscious ever since the fire. No one knows when, or if, he will ever wake up, or what he is experiencing. He could be experiencing nothing at all, or he might be suffering. The only living relative he had was his mother, Mary Walker, who committed suicide shortly after she heard about the incident. His father, Joseph Walker, was killed in a suspicious road incident where his brakes stopped working while driving under the influence. Due to his unusual situation, no one is left to decide whether or not they should keep him alive in his coma. Many may wonder whether he regrets his actions, whether he regrets neglecting his sister, starving her, and psychologically torturing her to the point of suicide. Others speculate that years of domestic abuse by his father Joseph, along with neglect from his family, left him psychologically scarred. Whatever the case may be, he tortured and isolated his sister who loved him, and did everything necessary to protect him. Hopefully all members of the family get what they deserve. In Marcus's case, he's stuck in his own personal purgatory. Stuck in a place between life and death, an eternity of suffering awaits him. Thank you for listening. This was Joseph Walker, bringing your local news to you.
Es ist also wirklich der Vater, der die Nachrichten gerade gesagt hat. Ja, komm ich gleich. Ich lese erstmal weiter vor. I'll admit sometimes it gets eerily quiet and sometimes I hear these soft knocks coming from the walls. Alter, schon wieder, das kann ich mir nicht. Other times I hear crying and sobbing, sometimes even screaming. It usually doesn't last long, but still it's a bit unusual. I have a strange feeling that I've forgotten something, like I've forgotten to finish some sort of core. Oh well, it probably isn't important anyway. I had a strange dream the other day. I woke up in this house, but I was alone, but I felt as something was watching me. I couldn't leave and every... Ah! Kann ich mir nicht das noch zu Ende durchlesen? Nee. Das ist eine der schlimmsten Stories, die ich jemals mit... Also nicht... Alter Schwede, ey. Ja, und sie hockte verhungernd und leidend in ihrem Zimmer, darauf hoffend, dass Marcus jeden Moment mal durch die Tür kommt und bei ihr ist, ihr was zu essen gibt, sich um sie kümmert. Und sie hat zwischendurch immer ihre Hände kaputt gehauen, um auf sie aufmerksam zu machen. Marcus hat alles verdrängt und sie vollkommen vergessen, ignoriert. Wie auch immer. Okay, wir haben die Note nicht mehr. Ich kann sie nicht mehr zu Ende lesen. Ihr könnt ja auf Pause drücken. Ich werde mir das in der Aufnahme auch nochmal durchlesen. Ich muss sagen, sehr, sehr geiles Spiel. Sehr, ich mach das mal zu hier. So, jetzt haben wir Schwarzbildschirm. Besser. So, ja, ich fand's eigentlich ein ziemlich geniales Spiel, so vom Ding her. Hat mir sehr, sehr, sehr gut gefallen. Also ich kann mich, also schön. Also auch diese, ja, wir sind Marcus gewesen im Purgatory, wie heißt es denn hier? Purgatory, hier, da, die ewigen Flammen hier, Nicht Hölle, sondern ja, was ist denn das? Wie heißt denn das auf, oh Gott. Ich muss es jetzt googeln. Ich kenne das Wort eigentlich. Purgatory, hier, zack. Fegefeuer, genau, das Fegefeuer. Ja, im Fegefeuer gefangen, alles wieder nacherleben und Aber das Einzige, was ich mich frage, wie sie die Kerze anbekommen hat und sich geschafft hat, naja, ich weiß nicht, wie weit sie noch irgendwas konnte, aber alter Schwede, es ist so eine traurige Geschichte, sowohl für die Eltern als auch für die Kinder. Also, ich habe so Mitleid mit der. So Mitleid. Ja, aber trotzdem. Hat mir sehr, sehr gut gefallen. Sehr, sehr gut. Ja, ihr habt euch wahrscheinlich selber euer Bild gemacht. Ich habe mich absichtlich natürlich jetzt nicht so von den Scary Moments hier beeinflussen lassen oder wollte mich nicht so beeinflussen lassen davon, um keine irrationalen Entscheidungen zu treffen. Was im Grunde nachher Quatsch war, weil wir eigentlich vom Prinzip her keine Entscheidungen treffen konnten. Außer Zettel lesen. Ja, genau. Ja, finde ich aber sonst relativ. Ja, was soll ich mehr sagen? War gut. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns im nächsten Spiel. Bis dann.